With a flood situation last year, families were facing similar situations, and they know all too well the cost of what can go wrong. Diane has been preparing all day for the flood situation, and now she's not taking any chances.
Oh my gosh, you'll be right, mate.
Not again.
I can't keep doing this, it's just too hard.
12 months later, that 1 in a 100-year flood is now an annual event for Diane.
I mean, I know I'm not the only one. There's so many people worse off than me. I mean, it hasn't even got in my house yet.
But it's getting the better of her.
Oh my God.
This was March last year. And now it's seeping back again.
So this is my son's room.
You've stripped the place.
And this is my manhole, so this is where I go up.
And you've put stuff up in the ceiling. What's up there now?
Half my house.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of my...
And do you think the water won't reach that high?
I hope not. Last time it come up to here.
She's only just finished the reno after the last flood.
Painted from floor to roof. I put in this beautiful kitchen.
All stainless steel.
I'm 58 next Monday and I put in 3 kitchens in this house and I'm not doing it again.
So she's stripping her Riverston home.
Because the creek, which is off the Hawkesbury River, is just behind us.
Yeah.
And the floodgates...
Yeah, the dam's already, I think,
it's already spilling over the top.
And if the heavy rain keeps coming down, I think I'll have the water up to the bottom of my windows.
Last time she didn't have time to get everything out. This time she's taking no chances with the help of family.
Is it hard seeing her upset, mate? Yeah.
After the last flood, you would have seen on the current affair, the bathroom was just smashed.
Yes.
So I had to get this all retiled around here and all retiled around the vanity here.
She and donors paid for the renos. There's no insurance in her flood-prone region.
But another way you look at it, you can walk back in after a flood, but you can't walk back in after a fire.
Well said.
I mean, at least I have my little shack still standing. I paint her out, hose her out, paint it out.
Good on you. You've got a good positive attitude.
Yeah. And I just love it out here.
But the waters are coming.
This is my little coffee table. I put me cup of tea on it next to the lounge.
And there's still more to move. The carpets have been taken up and the utes packed with another load.
Ah, here we go again.
She's off to higher ground where she's storing her belongings.
Now that's heavy, Brady. I'll help you.
That's okay, darling. I can carry it.
You sure?
Yeah, all good. Oh, don't I look pretty with this? Alrighty.
Okay.
Let's go get that fridge.
Yeah, you're worried about that fridge?
I am.
Off for the last load.
1, 2, 3.
And so she leaves her precious home while Mother Nature moves in.
And I'm prepared this time. I'm not going through losing all that stuff like I did last time. And, you know, I've worked so hard for that house to get back up to where it is now. And what do? You just got to keep going.
In Sydney right now, major flood warnings are in place for the fast-rising Hawkesbury and Nepean rivers as the rain keeps bucketing down, the worst on record. SES Commissioner Carleen York joins me now with the latest. Commissioner, thank you for your time. I know that it's precious right now. The devastation we've already seen from these floods, it is just horrific. But how bad is it going to be in Sydney?
Well, the forecast from the Bureau is it's pretty bad. So we've got a lot more rain than had been expected. The Warragamba Dam has started to spill and we've got, across the state, 31 evacuation orders out, 7 evacuation warnings. We've put out an order around the Redmond Dam, which is near the Hawkesbury River, for those houses downstream of the dam because there is a chance it may burst. As I said, the dam's overflowing, so we're expecting a situation very similar to what we had in March around the Hawkesbury Nepean flood area. That's March 2021, and around the Georges River. So we're warning everyone along those river areas in the floodplain to be alert, be aware, and in some areas we do anticipate giving more evacuation orders. So it is a very dire situation at the moment.
In light of that, should we be seeing people getting out right now rather than having warnings in place? Because we've already lost lives, and the pictures we've seen coming in already tonight, they are, as you say, very bad.
Yeah, I suppose what we tried to do, Deb, is give enough warning so that people can be prepared, get their valuables together, look after their family and make sure they're safe and ready to go, as well as family pets or domestic animals, but also these businesses as well, so that can they get things up to higher situations in their business so they can save what they can. So we try and give them that much notice for the warning and then give them an order if it gets to a certain level to get them out. We've also got to remember, you know, the roads will only take so much traffic, so we certainly do not want people stuck in motor vehicles in areas that are subject to flooding.
And of course the flooding that is happening already in Sydney are in parts that were underwater this time last year, and as you say, the forecasts are that it's going to be worse than we did see last year. Are those the key areas of concern though, or is the threat from this much greater?
The threat is greater in different areas. So like I say, the Georges River around Milperra, but up into the Hawkesbury around Wallachia and Sackville, and some of those areas that got hit very hard last year are right in the firing line for this flood again this year. We've also got a lot of activity on the south coast down through the Illawarra, Wollongong, Shoalhaven, and major flood warnings down towards the Victorian border. So we've got an immense amount of space and land that is the subject to this very, very intense East Coast low.
And the volunteers, the SES, you're stretched thin as it is. We know that we've got deployments, help coming from Victoria and from South Australia. Is there more help coming on the way?
Well, they have arrived and we've put them out into the field. We've got over 500 volunteers assisted by Rural Fire Service, Fire and Rescue, our other emergency service partners. We've been helped also by the Australian Defence Force, which has been really well appreciated. They're out there with a number of helicopters. We're getting information out as quickly as we can now to those communities, just to get that message through that they need to know what their risk is. They need to assess whether or not they need to go to family and friends, and we want to make sure, you know, it's been distressing that we've lost lives through this event, and I certainly don't want to lose any more lives at all.
And are you shocked by what we're seeing unfolding?
It's more serious than what we had anticipated, what the forecast was. It's a very slow-moving East Coast low. So as I say, we've got still issues up Ballina, mid-north coast, and around the Hunter region. But it is intense rainfall, but we just never know the exact amount and where it will exactly fall. But it is over the catchment area of the Hawkesbury and Nepean floodplain. And as I say, Georges River, Cooks River, a large number of the river systems for Sydney.
We know a lot of people have been heeding the repeated warnings, have been preparing businesses, preparing their homes. But what's your message to families and people who are in the firing line of this tonight?
Well, the first thing is listen to that warning, go in and get your essential items together and be prepared and keep alert. Often it is to get a battery-operated radio, just in case we often have problems with communications. But when we give the order to evacuate, I implore those people to actually leave their houses and leave the area and go to somewhere safe, to higher ground. What the risk is, if they don't do it then, whilst we're telling them, we may not be able to get back to them. And as I say, we don't want to lose any more lives. We want to make people safe and have them make good, safe and secure decisions in relation to that safety.
And let's hope it doesn't turn out as badly as it could. SES Commissioner, we thank you and all of your volunteers for your time tonight.
Thanks, Deb.